good afternoon, depending on where you are in the part of the world. I am supposed to be off today, but I am waiting for my group of friends to show up with some cars. Um, so I thought I would do a quick, kind of what's called a post-launch call. Um, when someone does a website with us, we always wait about 45 days to 6 weeks from a website launch to understand the engagement, to understand the traffic, to the keywords, to see if somebody is a fit for SEO. Um, it's really more there to protect you as a business so that we don't sell you something that you may or may not need at this point in time of your business. Not everybody wants to grow more on SEO, and sometimes SEO is not a fit for certain areas. My friend Mark Berger is like a perfect scenario where it's like his website ranks perfectly in an area that doesn't have population. Um, so why site structure is super important, and I kind of want to show you this. This is some pieces here that you can kind of take in tips, and I'm going to show you some examples of um, what a good site design and structure can do for your business. I'm going to show you those results live. Uh, One, kudos to Nick Roman and his wife Sarah. They let me do this. I asked for permission. It's really asking Sarah's permission, if I'm being honest, more than anybody. It's not Nick's. We don't really care about Nick's permission. Um, so first off, when we're doing a site, an example that we're doing is you kind of have to, if you have 2 locations, 3 locations, 10 locations, 30 locations, we typically are going to not tailor every single service page towards a specific location. What we do is we actually break up the website based on locations. We build like a Northbrook page or a Libertyville page because he has 2 locations. So this was a key mistake that Splash had wrong before. Okay. When Splash had a previous website, they did not split their locations up, but Google really had a hard time understanding what results were supposed to go where. It really didn't understand that it was a double location business. And for guys that are selling paint protection film and ceramic coating, that's a huge, huge mistake. So when we did a proper structure of the site, and obviously we did a redesign, here is kind of the results that have happened. Okay. So Nick's website and Sarah's website went up on May 24th. And ironically, Google noticed that completely. So this is Ahrefs. This is a tool. And it said moderate changes made on May 25th. So it actually noticed it within 1 to 3 days of all the changes. And so the way to look at this tool is looking at his old site. So this is his old site. It's saying he was ranking for 440 keywords total. 51 keywords were, or I'm sorry, 213 keywords were in the 51 spot plus. So that's like page 3, page 4, page 5. That darker gray is 21 to 50. So that's page 3 or page 2. 1120 spot. That means there's 42 keywords in there on the second page. And then really what we're after is this like moderate orange and obviously deep orange. So as you can see, he launched his site right here. Okay. And this is a great example of when you build a site, it does not necessarily mean that you'll start ranking for more keywords, more traffic. I think a lot of people have a lot of like, I need instantaneous, results. And that's not realistic. So in this example of May, so it's May 27th, we're 2 months in, so it's really 60 days later. We noticed that he was ranking for about 1 to 2 keywords. See that 1 to 3 down there? He had 2 keywords, and they're probably his name, if I'm being honest. And what you're starting to see is Google is starting to accept all those changes we did, and it's starting to grow. And so now I bet you in another 60 days, you're going to probably see some more orange growth, some more heavier keywords. So compared to where he was 60 days ago, he's added almost 250 keywords in just 60 days, just from a website design. Okay. And that has a lot to do with the structure and stuff. making sure that the website is built in a proper piece, a proper alignment. So when you do a website with us, we always take a look, typically 45, 60 days later, to understand what influences have been made, right? I mean, that's great. We want to see results like that every time. It just depends on what Google is. Now, if you want to go full blast, you can do SEO, you can search optimize even more, get more traffic, more leads. The things that we look at when we look at a website is we look at how many visits does it get, how many engagements does it get, how, he has online booking on here, so we can't track this as well. But it all kind of matters. When we do SEO, we also look to see where people are ranking on the map pack, right? And so in this example, he's ranking really well for his Northbrook location for car wash. But 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 miles away, you start seeing some really depreciating results, right? And so those are examples of, would you want to tackle more? Are you trying to get more leads, more people in the door? Um, Keep in mind, Chicagoland is probably the most, I think it's like the fourth most competitive area in the entire nation. Um, so I would not be surprised that if he's here, I absolutely know this location. I know that just in this arena, he's probably got 4 or 5 guys just in this area. So when we look at your website, we first always want to make sure, is it engaging? Okay. Can we check that box? Do we know that people are coming to the store, and can we basically ring them out? What has happened since we launched your website? Have we seen growth? Have we seen stalemating? What's kind of occurring on an organic level? Our page is starting to rank. And then we look at things like your map pack SEO, which doesn't really have too much to do with the website. It's more of signals outside of the website. It's called offsite or local SEO or map pack optimization. But this all plays into the strategy. And this is part of what we do with every single person that makes an SEO appointment with us, is that we go through and we analyze the business. Even if you actually acquire for a website, a lot of times we're actually pulling this data ahead of time as well. So just wanted to give people some information. A lot of people are always kind of curious, process and stuff. We always take a look at everything. We're happy to always do an audit and understand if you're moving the needle, if we need to do things differently, if you want to accelerate your results. A lot of times people are very happy with just a website, and I'm not pitching that you have to do SEO by any stretch, but it tends to be the biggest needle mover. So thank you again to Nick and Sarah for letting me showcase this site. This is probably a perfect example where we're most likely going to do this as a case study down the road. If you liked seeing stuff like this, if this helped you, please let me know. I might do more of these in the future. If you say, hey, this really bored me to end results, then I'll never do it again.